Susanna Bonmati. Who was involved for the first time since suffering a broken leg in December. Two sides packed with world-class talent. And a look at the benches tells you just how strong these two clubs are. And can Bayern München upset the odds and reach their first final? Stephanie Frappart is our referee. Really, Derejot is in charge of VAR. Bayern München's one change from last week is enforced. Their goal scorer, Franziska Kett, later picked up a red card and is suspended. So Stina Balasea comes in on the left. Their coach, Jose Bartela, is also banned following his dismissal last week. So Shetel Loan will be in charge in the technical area. And the volume increases all around this stadium. And it's a relatively cool afternoon in Barcelona. Temperature around 18 degrees Celsius. And under cloudy skies, this Bayern München side will look to make history. But to do that, they will have to beat some of the best players in the world. Lyon await the winners in the final, and it's Barcelona who get the game underway, attacking the goal away to our right in the first half. 1-1 following the first leg in Bavaria last week. The three meetings between these two clubs in Spain have all been won by Barcelona with an aggregate score of 11-1. So Bayern München will have to overturn plenty of history here today. Barcelona already keeping the ball with real care. Paredes. Now Badia. Graham Hansen. And it's lofted in high towards the far post, and Parajuelo was coming in, and it was just beyond her lunge. And after 90 seconds or so of real patience, suddenly Caroline Graham Hansen quickened the pace, and that was a dangerous ball in, and Parajuelo wasn't too far away. Harder in pursuit, but that's a throw-in, and it's crucial for Bayern München that they don't allow Harder to become too isolated. Per Romeu in charge of Barcelona, and there is the tantalising prospect of facing Lyon in the final, who of course are now coached by Jonathan Heraldes. Graham Hansen, another dangerous ball into the area, but this time Stanway was in the way, and it's swooped on by Mahmutovic. And Pierre Romeu was Peraldez's assistant before stepping up. And now they could be meeting each other in Oslo, although Bayern Munich will have other ideas. Mappy Leon. Brutz made the goal last week for Payot, and she was seeking out Graham Hansen there. Balasea with the header away. Badia, Graham Hansen. Stanway was back to defend. And Paredes giving up possession cheaply, which is not like her, but it will be a throw-in for Bayern. And Shadolone is in charge today in the technical area, at least. Jose Barcola suspended following his red card for the reaction to Franziska Kett's red card late in the game last week. Mappy Leon. Guiado. Graham Hansen. And Balasea may need some help here from Buell. Badia, Paredes, Mappy Leon. Parajuelo pulling wide to the left. Jordi. Mateas. Barcelona beginning to pop the ball around with real confidence. Graham Hansen. Jordi in support. Pull back towards Mateas, but cleared away by Dalman. And here is Harder. And she's got the opportunity to turn here, and she needs support. And she finds it from Buell. Dalman waits inside the area. Buell may go alone. She does, but it's blocked. Still Buell. Now Stanway. And she wins the throw-in off Jordi. For the first time we've seen Bayern Munich inside the Barcelona half, and they'll take something from that. Balasea with the throw-in. Harder. Balasea again. The Danish international who has come into the team today. Gilles. And that's overhit. This Barcelona's 8th semi-final in a row. Their last defeat at this stage came in a 1-0 loss to Wolfsburg in a one-off semi-final in San Sebastian in the summer of 2020. Fridolina Rolfo scored the only goal. Buell. Balasea. Given the room to come inside. And was laid off by Tanakawa. Stanway. Balasea. Buell. Now Amani. And Amani finding Balasea again. Tanakawa. And the nutmeg. And Bayern with a spell of possession which comes to an end when it's given away by Buell. But Gilles with the challenge on Payot. And Eva Payot scored her 8th goal in the Champions League this season. Last week, level with Alessia Russo, although the Arsenal player won't be scoring any more goals in this season's competition. And of course, Vanilla Harder, the other former Wolfsburg striker involved today, she has 7, leading the line for Bayern. Once again, Bayern are very deep in this sort of situation. Brutz, Jordi. Good challenge though from Tanakawa, but Jordi gathers again, and Dalman did well to just get a boot in there, and it squirted back to Mahmutovic. Quinn. And Harder. Beaten to it by Paredes. And that's going to be a key confrontation today if Bayern try and counter-attack. Parajuelo. Payol waits in the centre, but it's deeper towards Graham Hansen. Badia. Oh, she's won that back, and it's lashed wide by Payol, and a moment's indecision there at the back for Bayern, and Eva Payol almost made them pay. Well, Parajuelo was onside initially, and it was very deep. Graham Hansen looking for Badia. Balasea left it. Gilles, I think, assumed it would go out, but she managed to scoop it back towards Payol, but under pressure she sent it wide of the near post. Bayern on their longest unbeaten run in UEFA competitions, 8 games, but they've never gone through following a draw in the first leg of a Champions League tie, although previously all 3 of those draws were away from home. But their only defeat this season was that 7-1 loss to Barcelona on match day 1 of the league phase. Parajuelo chasing here. Oh, she's got there. And again, 1 or 2 quizzical looks at the back for Bayern Munich. Gilles and Vigosdottir rather waited on each other there, and Parajuelo nipped in between them but sent the shot wide. Dalman. And she was looking to find Amani, but Barcelona had the ball back. Mateas, and that's a good ball. Graham Hansen, and cut out well by Tanakawa, but she's quickly given the ball away. Graham Hansen again, and it's scrambled away by Gilles at the expense of the game's first corner. And there was over 60,000 here for the quarter-final tie against Real Madrid. Of course, Barcelona came through that over 2 legs, 12-2 on aggregate. The top scorers in this season's competition by some distance. The corners work short. Graham Hansen, and it's deflected behind for another by Dalman. Mappy Leon will deliver this again. Sarah Jordi unmarked on the edge of the area, but it's high into the 6-yard box. Good header away by Gilles, who was fouled, and it will be a free kick. And there was plenty going on inside that 6-yard area. Germany, the most successful nation in the UEFA Women's Champions League, 9 titles in total. Frankfurt, Turbine Potsdam, Wolfsburg and Duisburg have all lifted the trophy, and they were the dominant nation until this era of success for Barcelona and Lyon. And if Barcelona win this game, they'll be facing Lyon in the final for the 4th time. And they've lost to them twice. Biel. Challenged by Badia, but now Stanway. And Buell unable to keep that in play. Chiaro. These two sides have met in the semi-finals before in 2019. And Barca won both legs by 1-0. Graham Hansen. It's another dangerous ball in. Seriordi. Well, Bayern Munich had the earlier warning, but it wasn't heeded. And Salma Parajuelo opens the scoring. Parajuelo unmarked at the far post. And Barcelona have the lead. Graham Hansen with another perceptive ball in. And earlier on we saw Parajuelo fail to get the touch, but she did this time. And it's high into the net. Just the start that Barcelona were looking for. And they've given themselves the platform here to reach another final. Yet another assist for Caroline Graham Hansen. Seriordi. Now Dalman. Gilles. Parajuelo, who came off the bench last week, scoring a second goal this season. Buell. And it's blocked at the near post by Badia, and it will be a corner kick. Bayern's first of the game. And it's very deep towards Harder, who wins the header. But she can't direct it on target. Biggest dot here was also in there. So the changes were made in the build-up to this game, and Salma Parajuelo, one of the players brought in, and that's the reason why, getting there before Julia Gwynn at the far post. And this is a time when Bayern Munich really have to stand firm. Badia. Chiaro. Graham Hansen. Won back well by Harder. And now Amati plays in Harder. And she's got support. Dalman in space to the right. And here's Dalman with a great chance. And she scores. And within 3 minutes, Bayern Munich are level. Well, that's a real twist. Vanilla Harder, showing her value to this team once again. And it's level on aggregate. Harder with the challenge on Paredes there. And it was quickly played forward by Amani. And Harder benefiting from the movement of Tanakawa, and that allowed Dalman the space. And she calmly slid the ball low beyond Catacol, who has had nothing to do so far. And there was nothing she could do there. And Linda Dahlmann, who scored against Manchester United in the quarterfinals, has scored here at the Camp Nou in the semi-finals. Leon. Pateas, will this sting Barcelona back into action? Parajuelo. Pyle waits in the centre with Graham Hansen. Pateas. And that's good skills inside the penalty area from Lutz, and then lifted over the top from Pateas. And almost the instant response from Barcelona there. Gilles with the missed kick, and Pateas unable to keep that lob down. Well, we're set up now for another great game here. It was fascinating last week. And Bayern Munich with just the response they were looking for. Sado Yordi. Badia. Graham Hansen. Cut out by Amani, and well, his mind must be racing. Chatolona, the assistant coach, pressed into service in the technical area in the absence of Jose Barcola. Guiado. Parajuelo. Finding space again. Dahlmann has come back to help out Gwyn. Mappy Leon. And that's a dangerous crossing. Pyle challenging. And it's scrambled away. Harder. Or did that ball go out of play? I think it did. Well, what a first 20 minutes. Barcelona have now scored in the first half of all of their games in the UEFA Women's Champions League this season. But Bayern Munich have come roaring back. Parajuelo, beyond Dahlmann. Another dangerous cross in. Pyle stoops. Graham Hansen is in there. It's not being cleared. And it's fired through the crowd. And the captain, Alexia Pateas, quickly restores Barcelona's lead. A flurry of first half goals. And Barcelona lead once again. And one of the veteran players showing real calmness in the midst of a chaotic penalty area there. Parajuelo again involved. It was her cross. Pyle challenged by Gilles, but Bayern unable to scramble that ball to safety despite the number of bodies in there. And Pateas able to guide it low beyond Mamutovic. Her 31st goal in the Champions League. And 6 goals this season, once again, justifying her status as one of the best in the world. Mateas, Mappy Leon. And can Bayern Munich respond quickly once again? Tanakawa, but Mateas wins it back. Guiado, Brutz. It's fighted high, Parajuelo leaping. It falls to Graham Hansen to drive it just wide. Well, she's looking to join Ada Hegerberg as the only Norwegian player to score 30 goals in this competition today, and she wasn't too far away there. And Jose Barquela has a bird's eye view of this game. And he saw his side come up with a brilliant counter-attacking goal, but now they're behind again on aggregate. Harder has been fouled. Nappy Leon this time getting just too familiar with her. Barcelona have had 8 shots in the game already. Bayern only 3. Badia, we'll talk about ball down superbly, but under pressure from Dalman. Balasea. Dalman. Buell in support. Tanakawa. Stanway hits it. And Katakol was scrambling. Well, Georgia Stanway has always had a reputation of someone who is capable of scoring from long range. But that was the first time control from Badia. Well, 3 goals in 9 minutes in the first quarter of this game. And it means Barcelona have a 3-2 aggregate lead. Salajordi. Graham Hansen. Balasea. Stanway has been robbed, but also fouled, and it will be a free kick. Tanakawa, Balasea, Harder, Brutz, and Badia with the challenge. Mappy Leon. Parajuelo has Brutz in support. Mappy Leon. Now Guiardo. Graham Hansen again on the right. Balasea showing at the outside. Graham Hansen just slipping, so Buell able to clear, but it strikes a teammate. That's a brilliant save by Mahmutovic to deny Brooks. Almost a gift. But Ena Mahmutovic keeping Bayern in this tie at the moment with that save. Graham Hansen, and then hits Balasea. It will be a corner. Well, she had very little time to react there. Buell's clearance, taking a big deflection off Amani. And Brooks hit it first time, and a wonderful save by Mahmutovic, heading the wrong way. Balasea, I think, still feeling the effects of that block which has led to this corner. Leon, and the flick on, cleared away by Amani, and then Badger hits it. It took a big deflection. Graham Hansen colliding with Guiardo. Leon, and now Payor, and she's been caught late, and it's a free kick in a dangerous area here. Stanway with the challenge, and there was all sorts going on inside that penalty area, and Georgia Stanway has shown a yellow card. Well, she's certainly crunched into Eva Payor there. But it's a free kick, better than a corner for Barcelona. Graham Hansen, one of the possibilities. Rafaelo is right in front of Mahmutovic. This could be whipped in again by Leon, and it strikes Dalman. And the volley from Graham Hansen, and Payor unable to keep it in play. This was the cross-in from Parajuelo, which caused all the problems in the build-up to the second goal, but the calmest player inside the penalty area was Alexia Putellas. She was able to take a bow. Both these clubs have already wrapped up their domestic titles. Barcelona have not had a game since the first leg. Bayern Munich did beat Werder Bremen 2-0 in midweek, although it was a team with 11 changes to what we saw in the first leg. Graham Hansen. Paredes, encouraged to shoot, but she finds Guiardo. Cute back heel, Graham Hansen. Payor waits in the centre beyond her. Parajuelo is waiting, and it's touched back to Brooks. It's blocked and scrambled away by Gillez, and some of that defending at the moment has a real air of desperation about it. Graham Hansen attacking the penalty area once again. Laid back to Leon. She can set herself for the shot, but it's wide. Well, she had A very small window of opportunity there. Tana Bonmati on the bench for Barcelona today. The foul on Jordi. And it's been a tough afternoon for the Bayern Munich defenders so far. Graham Hansen. Now Mapi Leon. Guiado. Parajuelo. Guiado. Parajuelo looking for Graham Hansen, and she can't keep the header down. Well, she's looking for a landmark goal today, and she wasn't too far away. Got there before Barcelona. May have been more shoulder than head in the end. And Gwyn is closed down by Pateas. Another fantastic crowd here today, but those supporting Bayern Munich saw their side show real character to come back into the game, but behind once again. But they've already come from behind twice in this tie. Can they do it a third time? But Barcelona have won 19 two-leg ties since their loss to Lyon in the quarter-finals back in 2018. Jordi. Mapi Leon. Guiado. Jordi. Badia. Guiado. Badia. Mapi Leon, and again she is the player given the responsibility to take the shot from the edge of the area. But that's a great clearance from Mahmutovic, and here is Dalman. Only harder forward, and that was well read by Paredes. Well, 14 attempts for Barcelona so far, 4 of those on target. Brutz. Graham Hansen, away from Buell. Graham Hansen, and she went for the pace on the cross, and it was blocked by Ballester. Caroline Graham Hansen and Tama Parajuelo on the left are causing so many problems in the wide areas. Mapi Leon's corner, low this time, and flicked on, and in the end it was Paredes with a header which was gathered by Mahmutovic. Bugastottir. Stanway. Back to Mamutovic. She needed the help from Gilles there. Balasea. Harder coming back. Buell. Tanakawa was strong in the challenge when she had to be. Harder. Dalman. Great first time control. Buell. I think that pass may have been intended for Harder, but here is Stanway. Armani. Because Dottia. Buell. And again, Bayern with an opportunity. They've got a number of players forward in this attack. Because Dottia, Dalman, Armani, Gilles, Buell, Balasea, providing the width now. Full weight for the cross. Balasea's delivery. And Parajuelo's clearance only falling for Dalman. Stanway. And Gwyn. And Pateas wins it back. Brutz. Parajuelo. Gallardo and Barcelona work their way out of trouble with a degree of style. Paredes. Graham Hansen. Parajuelo. And Gwyn with the clearance. But now Brutz. Pateas. Parajuelo. Brutz has headed into the area now. Pateas. Gallardo. Here is Parajuelo, and it's Gwyn who is able to clear. Harder, ensuring that Paredes has to make the clearance. Safety first in that situation. Julia Gwyn's had a difficult first half dealing with Parajuelo, as much as Balasea on this near side with Graham Hansen. Gilles. Good turn from Clara Buell. And now it's gathered by Mapi Leon. Gallardo. Pateas. Telejordi. Badia. Graham Hansen. Oh, and Badia in behind Armani here, but that's a good recovery. But it's another corner. And Badia again. Very adept at going beyond Graham Hansen in that sort of situation. And it's the usual pairing over the corner. Mapi Leon and Caroline Graham Hansen. Leon again. Oh, that's deep, and Mahmutovic had to deal with it. Badia back into the crowd. It's not being cleared. Parajuelo, and then fired in by Badia. That took a big deflection, and it's another corner. Well, I just wonder there if Napi Leon was going for goal, because it may just have been swinging in at that far post. Napi Leon with another corner here into a similar sort of area. Badia under pressure from Buell. Rutz. Giano. But it's broken up by Bayern, and Harder will lead the counter-attack. Stanway. The Balacer going all the way back to Mahmutovic. Only one clean sheet for her now in the competition this season, but a crucial save to keep out Esme Brutz and deny Barcelona a third goal. Oh, Amani's under pressure here, Bateas. Well, Barcelona want a free kick for the first challenge. They don't get one, but they do have the ball back anyway. Graham Hansen. Badia. Napi Leon. All the width is on the right at the moment with Graham Hansen, and Guiado may look to that side. Sela Jordi. Badia. Heading towards the final minutes of the first half. And now Amani. She's found Harder, and they're running in behind from Buell. And did Harder keep the ball in play? No, she didn't. Well, Stephanie Frappart got the signal from her assistant, and it was the correct call. Napi Leon. Giano, Graham Hansen, and Mahmutovic able to gather there, but we've seen so many of those swept crosses from Caroline Graham Hansen as members of the Bayern Munich bench prepare to warm up during half-time. Tanakawa, Balacer. Buell, riding the challenge of Badia, and the cross is blocked by Paredes, and we're into a minimum of 1 more minute. Amani with the challenge. Buell, again it's cut out. Bateas, and the final attack of the first half could be Barcelona's, but Bateas has been robbed by Stanway, and then fouled, and it will be a free kick for Bayern Munich. Stanway working hard to win it back initially, and then drawing the foul. Cleared, and that's half-time. And what a first half we've had. Salma Parajuelo giving Barcelona the lead. Quickly responded to with an equaliser from Linda Dalman, but Alexia Putellas putting Barcelona in front once again, and that's the situation at half-time. Barcelona leading Bayern Munich by 2. (3-2) on aggregate to the Spanish champions is the current score. And Bayern Munich need to come from behind for a third time in the tie. Bayern Munich get the second half underway. Barcelona 45 minutes away from yet another UEFA Women's Champions League final. That would create a new record, 6 in a row, but Bayern Munich have other ideas. There's their goal scorer, Dalman, twisting and turning inside the area. Harder waiting at the far post, but Dalman unable to deliver the cross. Balasea, Mule, and the cross fired in by Amani, but it's blocked, and it will be a throw-in to Bayern Munich, who have come out on the offensive at the start of the second half. Amani, Balasea, and the flag raised for offside. And if you were not with us in the first half, 3 goals in 9 minutes. Parajuelo and Bateas scoring for Barcelona. Sandwiched between those, an equaliser from Dalman for Bayern Munich. And Barca with 16 attempts on goal, but only 5 on target. Bayern with 4 attempts, 1 on target, and that was a very well-made equaliser from Linda Dalman. Parajuelo, Guiado, Bateas, Guiado, Parajuelo, Bateas. That was nicely done, but it was well seen by Julia Gwynn. And Gwynn now steps in to make the challenge on Parajuelo, but she needs some help, and she gets it from Stanway. And Stanway was caught, and it will be a free kick. Georgia Stanway, the only player booked in the first half, just caught there by Parajuelo. And Bayern may have to look to their bench in the second half if they're to come back into this game. And they have beaten Barcelona before in the group stage in December of 2022. But since then, Barcelona have swept aside German opposition on every time they played them. Parajuelo, Bateas, and Gwynn with the challenge, and with the help of the corner flag, Barcelona have another set piece. Caroline Graham-Hansen will take it. Camp Nou is a great sight on a day like today. It is cleared as far as Badia. Scoop back into the area. Gilles though and Tanakawa will clear for Bayern Munich, and it may be a case for them of just trying to stay in the game for as long as they can. They did that very well last week and then found their equaliser and then had to hang on with 10 players. Paredes, Graham Hansen, drawing Balasea into the wide area where she commits the foul, and it will be a free kick. And Stina Balasea has found it tricky to deal with Caroline Graham Hansen, but she wouldn't be the first defender in world football to have said that. And the home crowd turn up the volume, maybe sensing another goal here. Flighted in by Mappy Leon. And it's cleared initially. Mateas and Marmutovic able to claim, and she looks for the quick release. Parajuelo just ensuring that can't happen, although I'm not sure that Marmutovic had too many options ahead of her. Armani. That's a good ball, Dalman. Harder in the centre. Dalman though going alone for now, and in the end I think she was looking to pick out Tanakawa, but then it's one back, although Graham Hansen was fouled. Jose Barcala can only watch on from his perch high in the stands. Ampere Romeu will just be contemplating a change here. Seem to be calling somebody back towards the technical area. The game is very finely balanced. Bayern Munich, no, they can't afford to concede again. But Barcelona have already seen evidence of their threat on the counter-attack. But here is Brutz, Armani stepping in. And Bernadette Armani, the Ivorian, has done a good job so far at the base of that midfield, but Mateas has managed to lose her here. And the cross met by Buell, and it was Badia with the volley, which was blocked. And the volume goes up because the home crowd very happy to see Aitada Bonmati warming up. The reigning World Player of the Year for the third successive year. Parajuelo. Quinn. One back there by Brutz. And eventually cleared by Vigosdottir. And Claudia Pino will be the player coming on. She started the first leg. Parajuelo. Oh, great header! And for the first time, there is daylight between these two sides. Ivo Payol with a typical finish. And the Barcelona supporters think that's the goal that sent them on the way to the final. And that is Barcelona at their very best. 9 goals in 9 games for Eva Payot. Parajuelo sweeping the ball in, and Payot leaping above the challenge of Vanessa Gilles to guide that header perfectly into the far corner. She is a goal machine. And she strikes again when Barcelona really need the goal. Claudia Pina has come on. Caroline Graham-Hansen, the player who has gone off. So she's still waiting for her 30th goal in the UEFA Women's Champions League. Maybe it could come in the final. At the moment, Barcelona are heading there. And it's one back again, and quickly forward towards Payot. The play will be brought back for that challenge. It was Stanway catching Sela Jordi. And of course, Stanway was booked in the first half. And she was just clipped late there. Stanway, I think, would argue that it was an accidental challenge. It was certainly a foul. So Barcelona enjoying a 2-goal lead for the first time in the tie. And they're now looking to show their ruthless streak and pile on the agony for Bayern Munich here. Pina with the free kick. Brooks helps it on and guided in by Alexia Putellas. And there's no doubt now, Barcelona are heading to the final once again. Bayern Munich looking for a free kick. But Stephanie Frappart was unmoved. A second of the day for Alexia Putellas. And that's surely the goal that finishes things off. Brooks nodding the ball down. Now, was there a case of offside there? Putellas hooking the ball beyond Mahmutovic. Of course, it will be checked. And we will just have to wait and see here. Stephanie Frappart talking to Willy Delajour, the VAR official. And the VAR check is in progress. Well, Chateau Launay will be waiting to see what happens here, of course, because if the goal is given, that's surely that. Putellas talking to Vigos Dottir with the referee, the two captains. And that check is continuing. Munchen also claimed there was a free kick in there as well, and Brooks leapt to head the ball down. And then there's that question of a potential offside against Mateas. In the meantime, Adriana Caruso will come on for Georgia Stanway, who is of course carrying a yellow card. And this is a lengthy check, but the goal is given. And 2 goals in 4 minutes have surely taken this game away from Bayern Munchen. They need 3 here just to force extra time. They have won a corner kick, and the glum faces among those Bayern supporters really tell the story. Well, they claim there was a corner there, but goal kick's been given, and now Aitana Bonmati is about to make her return after 5 months on the sidelines. Confirmation of that change for Bayern. Caruso replacing Stanway. Well, the pass completion tells you just how much of the ball Barcelona have had. Tanakawa. And that's a good ball. Harder waits in the centre, Buell. But the pass in the end was hurried, under pressure, and behind for a goal kick. Well, Bonmati getting her final instructions. Vicky Lopez will also be coming on. Gilles with a header away. Caruso. Katakol has had long spells of inactivity in the game. Brutz. Parajuelo on the right now, following the departure of Caroline Graham-Hansen. Caruso. Badia just holding her up. And she's passed on to Chiado. And then the flag's up for offside. Armani gives away another free kick. Mateas, of course, on a hat-trick. And she may be joined in midfield here by another great very soon. Parajuelo. Balasea looking to hold her up. It's into Mateas, and she hits it. Good save by Mamutovic. It just seems to be a case of how many can Barcelona score here at the moment. Bayern Munich in a very difficult situation. They've got to chase the game. They've got to still have some sort of belief, but at the same time, having already lost 7-1 in Barcelona this season, they would not want their European season to end with another heavy defeat. Mateas. Lovely body swerve. Pina. And she goes for goal as well, but this time it's more comfortable for Mahmutovic. This was it, the earlier shot from Mateas. And that's a really good save from the young German goalkeeper. 21 attempts on goal now for Barcelona, 9 of those on target. Bayern Munich have not had one so far in the second half. And there was a high boot there, and Sarashordi gets the yellow card for catching Armani. But it was Mateas who made the challenge, and the captain heads into the book. A double change incoming. Von Marti and Lopez. Happy Leon will shepherd that behind. And here come the changes. Sama Parajuelo, who scored the opening goal, makes way for Vicky Lopez. But with respect to her, the bigger roar inside the stadium will be reserved for the return of Aitana Bonmati. Sarashordi, the player who goes off, and a standing ovation for the World Player of the Year, who comes on to play her first football of 2026 following a broken leg on international duty in December. And now she has the opportunity to try and get fully match fit for a potential final in Oslo in 3 weeks' time. Unless we see a dramatic comeback here from Bayern Munich. And Bonmati coming on to make her 73rd Women's Champions League appearance. The World Player of the Year for the last 3 years. Guiado. And to have Bonmati and Mateas back in tandem is a fearsome sight for any team. On the back heel from Guiado, but won back by Tanakawa. And now Harder released by Armani. Tanakawa into the near post. The first cross is blocked, and then Harder's second cross is into the arms of Katakol. Well, it must be a difficult watch for him. Once again, Bayern Munich are going to miss out on the final. What would be their first. Mati. Now Mappy Leon. Lopez, lovely turn. 20 minutes to play, could be 20 long minutes here for Bayern Munich, but Dalman is in smartly there. Hardest shot, fine goal. Well, Vanilla Harder never gives up on anything. And she's brought Bayern Munich back into this game. Her 49th goal in the UEFA Women's Champions League. Dalman, who scored the first goal, won it back well. And she found Vanilla Harder drilled low with the help of a deflection beyond Katakol. And maybe there is still life in Bayern Munich's Champions League challenge. Change made for Bayern Munich as well. Tanakawa has gone off, and Edna Imade has come on. Spanish international, only her third appearance in the Champions League, but Vanilla Harder now on 8 goals in this season's UEFA Women's Champions League. Eva Pyle, the top scorer now, she's got 9 in 9. But they still need 2 more goals. Well, they've got the time to get them. Guiado. Maybe Barcelona just guilty of switching off for a moment. Gwen's clearance. Harder waits in the centre circle, but it's beyond her. Gwen. Dalman. Harder, finding Dalman again. And then it's a long ball which is cut out by Badia. Bueller was the target. Well, that's given away by Mappy Leon. Dalman. Could she go all the way herself? It's blocked by Mappy Leon. And another opportunity for Bayern Munich there. Guiado. One back by Dalman again. Gwyn has to watch the offside. So it's back to Harder. Caruso. Oh, she tried to thread the eye of the needle there, and it was quickly cut out. Pina. And now Bateas, and Barca look to counter-attack with Vicky Lopez. Vigostottir wins it back initially, but here is Bateas again. Pina. She goes for the curler, but Gwyn was in the way. Well, another Bayern Munich goal, and it really would be game on. And they weren't too far away from one there. Dowan. Harder. Armani making the running behind. The clearance, though, from Paredes. Only fighting Buell, but she lacks support. Mati, Napi Leon, Dalman's challenge en route, not appreciated by either the player or the crowd. Mateas. Well, Mati makes the run forward, and Mamutovic does well to clear Guiado. But now Armani, Dalman. The ball down the centre looking for Buell, and Badia's got a problem here because Buell has won it back. She's also got harder in support. Buell on the outside, and it was blocked in the end by Paredes. Mateas. And Amade will also offer a good deal going forward now. Badia. Gilles, in the end, concedes the free kick. She tangled with Claudia Pina, although Gilles, I think, claiming that she was the player fouled. But Eva Pyer, in fact, it was, and well, neither was giving an inch there. Guiado. Lopez looking to work the overlap, but it's a throw in for Bayern Munich. And there is maybe just a touch more tension and celebration around the stadium at the moment, because everybody knows if Bayern Munich can find another goal, Barcelona will not be able to coast all the way to the final. Lopez. Gilles with a challenge on Badia. Lopez. Oh, Harder will pick up that. Dalman. Happy Lane with the challenge, but now Armani. Mamutovic booms it long. On the clearance only finds Harder. Gwyn. Armani. Balasea. Well, Buell is not offside if she can keep the ball in play, and she has. Dalman in the centre, but it's played back to Caruso to hit this. Oh, it didn't go over the line. Well, it was a great save by Catacol, and a corner kick's been given, and Bayern Munich so close to making this really interesting. It was a great strike, and what a save by Catacol to turn that onto the underside of the crossbar before it was scrambled behind. Corner kick, drilled high towards Gilles. She challenges, calls there again with the save. It's loose inside the area and blazed over the top via a deflection by Amade. Paredes with some brave defending in there. And it's been a rocky couple of minutes for Barcelona. Gilles out-muscling Pina. Cole able to cover the angle at the near post. And then it was Amade who hit that, and It was deflected to safety. This was the shot from Caruso. And what a save by Cole. One of the saves of the European season. And just a delay here as Stephanie Frappart makes a point. Buell will take the corner kick. Cole comes, oh, she didn't really make that. Harder tries to win it back. And now it's played forward. And this is the counter-attack. And an opportunity for Bonmati on her return to the team. And she puts it wide. Well, that would have been a fairy tale ending to the game for Barcelona. Bonmati released by Lopez inside her own half, so no question of offside. And she drove forward, but the shot just snaking beyond that far post. Caruso. Gwyn. Both these sides display a winning mentality for much of the season, and we're seeing Bayern München's refusal to lie down here. Caruso's cross is deflected. Harder's in there. And the bounce of the ball favouring Barcelona. And it looped up and Harder just unable to apply the finish. Well, that Catacol save could end up being the crucial moment in the closing stages here. Amade. A goal then, and Barcelona hearts would have really been sinking, but as it is, they still have their 2-goal cushion. But they're giving the ball away again. Gilles fighting Dalman. Amade ahead of her, but Dalman hits this, and it just flicks the top of the crossbar. Dalman claims Catacol got a touch on that. It was another powerful strike. Well, it took a deflection off Mappy Leon. And then it left the crossbar shuddering. Well, a goal kick was given. The deflection not seen by the officials. Gilles. Gwyn. Oh, she's lost out. And this is the problem now for Bayern on the counter-attack. Pyle. Mateas. Seven minutes of normal time to play. Giano. And the free kick given. Claudia Pina, the player who was caught, and Pedro Mayu. Well, it's been a thrilling second half. And a great tie overall, but at the moment, Barcelona are heading through. And Kika Nazareth and Echa Kamara will be coming on, but not before this throw-in, it seems. Although not from there. And then Gilles striding forward again, and that's a waste for Bayern München because a foul throw has been given. And Barcelona get the ball back. Well, a yellow card has been shown as well to a member of the Bayern backroom team. The words expressed towards Ivana Kovkovska, the fourth official. Well, the armband is passed on by Alexia Putellas, 2 goals today. And she will head off, and she gets a standing ovation as well. Words of encouragement for Kika Nazareth as she comes on. And there's Mebrut's also making way for Kamara. Nazareth, the Portuguese international, plenty of European experience from her time there. Harder. She's not giving this up. Buell. Amade in support. Here is Amade. Back towards Buell. Maybe the pass was a bit heavy, but the cross delivered in, and Harder maybe took that away from Dalman. A lack of communication at a crucial moment. Well, they both seem to take it away from each other. Caruso. Twisting and turning. No real room for the cross, but she's found Amani. And it's cleared for Payol. That's a good ball inside. And Lopez has got some space here. And she's got 3 in support. And here's an opportunity for Payol. Marmuzovic with a good save, and it's a corner kick conceded by Vigosdottir. Well, Payol was calling for that ball all the way from the halfway line. And Marmuzovic with another meaningful save in the game. Well, Putellas with another captain's performance. Low into the near post. Payol's touch only finding Dalman. Buell makes the run in behind, but it's cut out by Bonmati. And we're heading towards the final 90 seconds of normal time. Pina. Kamara. And it's all the way through to Marmuzovic. Well, Barcelona and Lyon, the 2 dominant teams of the era, and they'll be meeting in their 4th UEFA Women's Champions League final. Lyon currently lead the series, if we could call it that, 2-1. Oh, but Caruso wins it back, and Bayern Munich still have other ideas. Harder. Amade needs a good ball back. Harder with a chance, and she scored! And in the final minute, Bayern Munich are back to within a goal. And it's a 50th UEFA Champions League goal for Pernilla Harder. Caruso with the challenge on Guiado. The home crowd were looking for a free kick, but Harder continued. And Amade pulling it back to her, and Harder wanted it more inside the area. And she lashed it high into the net. 4-3 on the day, 5-4 in aggregate. But there is a check on this for the challenge on Guiado. And Harder will just have to wait and see. And there will be a minimum of 5 more minutes. Well, Stephanie Frappart is heading to the screen here. And her decision will shape the mood within added time. A good deal going on around those technical areas as well, and she's had a look. No goal. The free kick given to Barcelona. And Pernilla Harder will have to wait for a half-century of Champions League goals. And Barcelona still have their 2-goal lead. Lopez, Pio in support. Vigosdottir, Gilles going back to Mahmutovic. And they've got to get it forward quickly here. Canuso losing out to Bonmati. Well, this was the challenge on Guiado from Canuso. And Stephanie Frappart took one look at that and chose to disallow the goal. Now Harder. Mappy Leon able to make the challenge, but I think the flag's up for offside anyway. Barcelona will just look to keep the ball now. But it's been a tremendous effort from Bayern Munich. And they're not done yet. Here is Dalman. Gwyn in support. Gwyn just having to stay on side. Imane. Vigosdottir. And she will continue her run. The cross. Amade. And she was looking for Gwyn, and she shows her disappointment. Well, they've given it absolutely everything. And I'm sure their fans will be proud of their performance, but they will also believe they've fallen short. Although losing to Barcelona is not something you take much shame in, but at the same time, when you're Bayern Munich, you're looking to establish yourselves as one of the preeminent teams in Europe over a long period of time. With the likes of Paris, Arsenal and Lyon have beaten Bayern in Europe in recent years. Chelsea in their previous semi-final before today. It's a competitive field. Lopez. Caruso clears. Happy Leon. Pina. And the 1-2 is cut out by Gwyn, but it will be a corner kick. And Bayern Munich know that the game is up now. Dalman keen for Barcelona to move things on here. And Leon and Pina may just look to work this short and stay by the corner flag for as long as they can. But that's it. Barcelona go through, and we have a final that defines this era of women's club football in Europe. Barcelona against Lyon. Barca will face their main rivals and their former coach in Oslo in 3 weeks' time. Bayern Munich gave it everything as they looked to chase down the deficit, but they fell short in the end. And for the 6th successive season, Barcelona are into the final, where they will face the most successful team in UEFA Women's Champions League history. Another wonderful match in front of a great crowd. It is finished. Barcelona 4, Bayern Munich 2. Barcelona reached the final 5-3 on aggregate.
Thank you.